If you've never been on a motorcycle, then you simply can't begin to understand the feelings of freedom that come with owning and riding. But for some, that's just not enough. There are records out there that need to be broken, and what better way than with a motorcycle? It's a special feeling when breaking and holding a world record, and there are records for just about everything involving a motorcycle that you can possibly imagine. The longest and greatest motorcycle jumps, fastest wheelie, and craziest speed records. Thank you for watching and enjoy. Longest continuous rides standing on the seat of a motorcycle. Everyone loves a good stunt, especially when it comes to motorcycles. The motorcycle seat stand is a daring stunt, and some riders love to show off how far they can do it. However, Ratna Sh Pandey of India decided to make a Guinness World Record attempt out of the stunt and stood on the seat of a Honda Unicorn for 20 miles, 32.3 kilometers, in 2015. As per the rules, Ratna Sh did not touch the handlebars at all at any time during his ride. Longest wheelie on a motorcycle. Doug D'Amico, who was also known as the Wheelie King, had the uncanny ability to balance and ride a wheelie on a motorcycle ever since a young age. Doug was riding dirt bikes and worked in a motorcycle shop, where he would take the fixed bikes and ride a wheelie on them to test them. Many people loved his stunts, and he started to attract crowds and soon began working and entertaining people before races by riding wheelies around the track at supercross events and stadiums. Soon, he was featured in magazines. In 1984, D'Amico made it into the Guinness Book of World Records by setting a wheelie record of 145 miles at Talladega Speedway in Alabama. Fastest wheelie on a motorcycle. Now that you've heard about the longest wheelie on a motorcycle, how about the fastest wheelie? If you didn't know it, there is a motorcycle wheelie world championship where a bunch of riders try to break records for doing wheelies at breakneck speeds. Egbert van Popta from Holland maxed out his Hayabusa Turbo at 213.309 miles per hour while riding a wheelie and grabbed the Guinness World Record for fastest speed. That's pretty dang fast to ride on one wheel. Highest altitude reached by motorcycle. If you ever wondered what the highest place a motorcycle has been taken, we've got that record for you too. The cool thing is this record wasn't made on just any mountain trail but to the top of a volcano, the Ojos del Salado volcano in the Atacama region of Chile, which happens to be the world's highest volcano. The record was achieved by Gianfranco Bianchi, riding a fuel-injected Suzuki RMZ 450. The ride was treacherous and made through difficult weather, with temperatures as low as -20 degrees Celsius and 80 km/h winds. At the end of the ride, he made it to 6,471.2 meters, which is 21,230 feet 11 inches, to grab the record. Most people on one motorcycle. Can you really call this a record? We'll let you decide. The motorcycle in question is specially made so that a bunch of people can jump on it while it's moving down the road. The motorcycle team in India, called the ASC Tornadoes, like holding on to this record and were able to get 58 people standing on this motorcycle. It's not clear which one of these people is controlling the motorcycle, but there doesn't seem to be much control anyway. It does look a little scary, and at the end, everyone gets off the bike the hard way. Good thing everyone is wearing helmets. 400 kilometers per hour on a production motorcycle. We don't need to tell you that some motorcycles are blisteringly fast, but you might be wondering what the fastest motorcycle out there is. Until someone else lays claim to that crown, the Kawasaki H2R seems to be the fastest. It produces a max of 310 horsepower and can reach 326 with ram air. The bike can achieve speeds of over 249 miles per hour. That's 400 kilometers per hour. The supercharged 998 cubic centimeters inline four-cylinder engine is able to reach that hair-raising speed in just 26 seconds. But don't get your hopes up if you want to try this yourself, because the Kawasaki H2R is a track-only bike, and it would cost you a pretty penny to even get close to one. Fastest motorcycle land speed record. If you thought that was fast, then check out this record. A man by the name of Bill Warner built a wild 1,000 horsepower turbocharged Suzuki Hayabusa, and it was called the world's fastest motorcycle. Although it's not a production motorcycle and it's also not a streamliner, in which the machine is completely enclosed, Warner was able to pilot his machine to 311 miles per hour on a runway that was just 1.5 miles long. It's very fast for such a short distance. Sadly, Warner was involved in a tragic and fatal accident while trying to beat that record. Longest motorcycle jump. A guy named Robbie Madison, from Melbourne, Australia, holds the world record for the longest motorcycle jump. In the attempt, Madison hit the ramp at 165 kilometers per hour, 102 miles per hour, on his modified Honda CR 500 and flew over 20 meters in the air before making a safe landing. He smashed his own record of 100 meters and ended up jumping 107.29 meters. Robbie Knievel jumps the Grand Canyon. The famous son of Daredevil Evel Knievel, Robbie Knievel, somewhere in his life decided to follow in his father's footsteps and pull off an even more daring stunt, jumping a 60-meter wide chasm of the Grand Canyon. As he leaves the starting point, he seems to easily clear the gorge, which is 2,500 feet above the canyon floor. However, when he lands, he loses control of the bike and hits the barrier. Luckily, the jump was successful, and he didn't suffer any serious injuries. Fastest speed drag behind a motorcycle. You see stunt guys in all kinds of movies doing some crazy things. Some falling off buildings, some dragged by horses, and even by cars. But how about getting dragged by a motorcycle? It doesn't sound fun to us, but we could be missing the thrill of road rash. Gary Rothwell, from Liverpool, England, decided he wanted to break a crazy record and be dragged behind a motorcycle at over 150 miles per hour. This stunt took place on April 18, 1999, at the Brunningthorpe Proving Ground near Leicester, England, and he did it using a pair of titanium-soled boots. Longest motorcycle ride. Road trips are a lot of fun and everyone has been on one, but how about a 500,000-mile motorcycle road trip? Emilio Scotto of Buenos Aires holds the Guinness record for the world's longest motorcycle ride, spanning 10 years and going through 279 countries. The ride was done on a 1980 Honda Goldwing GL 1100 motorcycle, which Scotto calls Black Princess. It was in 1985 that Scotto quit his pharmaceutical company job and decided to see the world instead on his 1,100 cubic centimeters Goldwing. He had never traveled outside of Argentina before, but by the time he was done, he had gone through 13 64-page passports, one replacement engine for his motorcycle, and used 12,500 US gallons of gasoline, 350 US gallons of oil, 86 tires, 12 batteries, and 9 new seats.